Focus now on that single point of light resting just above your head. It glows with a deep amber warmth, steady and unwavering, like honey poured from great heights, thick and golden, falling through silence. Let yourself sink into its weight. Feel how it pulls at your awareness, drawing you upward, then letting you drift back down. Soft, slow, like breathing underwater. You don't need to hold on. You don't need to move. Just let the light carry you. Deeper, heavier, more still. Now, imagine that light begins to descend, slowly, gently, brushing past your forehead, your temples, your jaw. As it moves, you feel your face soften. Your eyes sink deeper into their sockets. Your mouth parts slightly, releasing tension with each exhale. The light continues down, over your neck, your shoulders, settling warmth into the bones, melting away every tightness, every remnant of effort, every flicker of thought. You are being held, not by hands, not by arms, but by something far gentler, something older, something that knows your shape, your rhythm, your breath. Now, as the light reaches your chest, feel it press lightly against your sternum. A warm hand of calm, slowing your heartbeat, turning each pulse into a slow swell, like waves in a tide pool. Quiet, rhythmic, unhurried. Let this rhythm guide you. Let it become yours. Let it be the only time there is. No past, no future. Only this moment, this breath, this warmth. The light moves again, drifting lower, across your belly, your hips, your thighs. With each inch, you grow heavier, more grounded, more certain, like settling into bed after a long day, like lying beneath a blanket made of starlight. Now, the light pools around your knees, your ankles, your feet, and as it does, you begin to sense where you truly are. Not in a room, not in a building, but somewhere vast, ancient, alive. A place that hums, that pulses, that remembers, even as you arrive for the first time. Feel the air change. Thick, metallic, tasting faintly of iron. And something else, something bright, like the scent of distant suns. You stand now, though standing feels too sharp a word. You rest here, floating just slightly above the ground, which itself is strange, soft, rippling like silk, yet solid enough to support you. Beneath your feet, the surface undulates slowly, rising and falling in rhythm with some unseen breath. And as it moves, it hums a low tone, steady and warm, vibrating up through your legs, into your spine, into your skull. 432 hertz. Look around, not with your eyes alone, but with your whole body, sensing the space, the shape of it, tall, curved, endless in every direction. The walls shimmer, not with light, but with life, slow pulses of bioluminescence, moving like heartbeats, like breaths, like tides. Blue, violet, gold, colors that don't have names, flowing together, blending, parting, returning. You are not alone, though there is no one beside you. No voice speaks, no footsteps echo, but the cavern knows you, welcomes you, adjusts to your presence. The hum grows richer, deeper, wrapping around you like a second skin, like water, like breath, like sleep. Reach out, not with your hand, but with your mind. Feel the walls respond. The pulses quicken slightly, as if in greeting, as if recognizing you, as if saying, yes, you belong here. You always have. Now, step forward, or perhaps allow yourself to be drawn forward. The ground moves beneath you, not shifting, but guiding, like a current in a warm sea. You glide, effortlessly, carried by the rhythm of the cavern, the rhythm of the light, the rhythm of your own breath. Ahead, the walls curve inward, forming a smaller chamber, more intimate, more still. The light here is softer, more diffuse, like mist, like memory. And in the center, something glows, not bright, but warm, inviting. A crystal, large, smooth, shaped like a teardrop, standing upright, half buried in the rippling floor. Approach it, slowly, reverently, as if approaching a sleeping god, as if nearing the source of all sound, all stillness, all peace. You stop just before it, close enough to feel its warmth, close enough to hear its hum, not with your ears, but with your bones, with your blood, with your soul. Place your hand upon it, or simply let your fingers hover. The crystal responds. Its glow intensifies, its hum deepens, and suddenly you understand. This is not just a stone. It is a keeper of time, a holder of breath, a gatherer of stillness. And now it shares with you what it has gathered, what it has kept, what it offers. Feel it, not as pressure, not as touch, but as release, as opening, as homecoming. Your thoughts begin to slow. Your breath deepens. Your body settles further into the hum. You are becoming part of the cavern, part of the light, part of the rhythm, part of the crystal, part of the silence. And in that silence, you hear it. Not a sound, but a feeling, a knowing that everything is well, that everything is held, that everything is whole. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to fix anything. You do not need to remember anything. You simply are, and that is enough. The cavern holds you. The crystal sings to you. The light wraps around you. And you, finally, completely, let go. You feel the light begin to pour from above, a slow golden stream imparts at the crown of your head like honey. It does not rush. It does not push. It simply flows downward, warm and thick as amber, tracing the curve of your skull. Your scalp tingles as it makes contact, a gentle fizzling warmth that spreads like a whispered secret across your skin. The light is not harsh, not blinding. It is soft, nourishing, like the glow of dawn through gauze curtains. You do not see it with your eyes, but with something deeper, a knowing that settles into your bones. As it reaches your forehead, there is a pause, a breath held in the space between thought and silence. The light pools there for a moment, gathering, waiting, before it begins its descent once more. You can feel it now behind your eyes, pressing gently against the backs of your eyelids like a cool cloth. There is no need to open them. The light sees for you, and what it sees, you feel. A quiet scan begins, not of the body, but of the self, searching for what has been carried too long. The light moves slowly, deliberately, like fingers trailing through still water, disturbing nothing, but observing everything. It brushes past your temples now, and you feel the weight of memory lift slightly, just enough to breathe easier. The tension, there was not yours alone. It belonged to moments, to voices, to choices made in haste. But here, in this light, those weights begin to soften, to fade into mist that never quite existed. The light continues its journey, flowing over your cheeks now, brushing along the line of your jaw. You feel it trace the shape of your mouth, where so many words have been held back, bitten down, swallowed. And as it passes, there is a loosening, not of speech, but of silence, of the peace that comes from letting go. Your throat opens like a flower at dusk, petals unfurling without effort, without strain. The light pools there now, in the hollow of your neck, where pulse meets stillness. You feel it press gently against your voice box, not to awaken it, but to remind it that it is safe to rest. The resonance of your breath changes, deeper now, slower, as though the air itself is learning to hold you. And with each exhale, something old and brittle leaves, not with force, but with permission. The light descends further, settling into the cage of your ribs like a nest of warm silk. Your chest rises and falls with the rhythm of tides, slow and sure and endless. The heartbeat beneath is steady, ancient, a drumbeat that knows no tempo but its own. And where the light touches, the muscles of your chest relax, not all at once, but like snow melting into morning. There is a softening in your lungs, a release of all the breaths you thought you had lost. You feel them return now, one by one, each one carrying the taste of something clean and new. The air tastes of iron and starlight here, sharp and sweet, like the first breath after sleep. And with each inhalation, the light grows brighter, not in intensity, but in presence, in knowing. You are no longer breathing the air. You are breathing the space between heartbeats. The light moves now into your belly, settling deep into the core of you like a stone dropped into still water. Ripples spread outward from that center, not of movement, but of recognition, of homecoming. You feel your spine respond, vertebrae releasing one by one, like pages turning in a book written in another language. The tension that lived there, unnamed and unnoticed, begins to unravel, not with effort, but with awareness. It does not snap or break. It simply lifts, like smoke from a candle flame, curling upward and away. You watch it go not with your eyes, but with the part of you that remembers what it means to be whole. The light continues downward now, flowing through your hips, your thighs, pooling briefly in the cradle of your pelvis. Here in this place, there is a quiet ache, not of injury, but of holding yourself up, holding yourself back, holding yourself together when you did not know you could fall apart. But the light does not judge. It simply rests here, patient as moonlight on water. And slowly, gently, the holding begins to soften, not into collapse, but into trust. Your knees bend slightly, not from weakness, but from relief, from the knowledge that you do not have to carry everything. The light flows down now into your calves, tracing the lines of muscle that have worked tirelessly without praise. You feel them respond not with tension, but with gratitude for rest, for stillness, for this moment of being seen. And as it reaches your ankles, there is a shift, a subtle realignment of weight, of balance, of belonging. You stand now not on solid ground, but on something softer, something that holds you without demanding anything in return. The floor beneath your feet is not stone, but mineral, smooth and warm, and alive with slow, harmonic pulses. Each step you have ever taken echoes here, not as memory, but as resonance, as song. You press down slightly, and the surface responds with a low, musical hum, not heard, of your bones. This is the anchor, not something outside of you, but something within, something that has always been there. The resonance is not loud, not urgent. It is the kind of sound that exists in the space between breaths. A frequency so low it bypasses the ears entirely and speaks directly to the part of you that remembers. You feel it now in your chest, matching the rhythm of your heartbeat, syncing with the tide of your breath. And as the two align, the hum within and the hum without, there is a moment of perfect stillness. In that stillness, the boundaries begin to blur, not with confusion, but with clarity. The line between self and space, between body and breath, between thought and silence, all begin to soften. You are no longer separate from the light. You are the light, shaped into form for this moment, for this breath. The dissolution is not violent, not sudden. It is like sugar dissolving in tea, molecule by molecule, until there is no separation left. Wherever the light has touched, tension has turned to smoke, not gone, but transformed. Transformed from something that weighed you down into something that carries you forward. You feel it now in your shoulders, where the weight of expectation once sat like stones in a pouch. The stones are still there, but they are no longer burdens. They are anchors, reminders of where you have been. And where you are going is not a place, but a state, a way of being that requires nothing but presence. The glow begins in your chest, small at first, like the ember of a fire just lit. But it grows quickly, spreading outward through your arms, your legs, your fingertips, your toes. You are no longer made of flesh and bone. You are made of light, shaped into form by intention alone. The form is not fixed, not rigid. It shifts and flows like water, like breath, like thought. And yet, it is perfectly you, more you than you have ever been, because it is free of all that you are not. The walls around you pulse now in time, with your glow, bioluminescent waves that rise and fall like breath. You are not alone here. You are part of something larger, something that has always included you. The cavern is not a prison, not a hiding place. It is a womb, a cocoon, a space for transformation. And the transformation is not happening to you. It is happening from you, through you, as you. You are the author of this light, the conductor of this hum, the keeper of this stillness. And in keeping it, you realize that that you have never been separate from it, only asleep to it. The dreamer and the dream are one now, not merged, but revealed as they have always been. There is no waking from this, because there was never sleeping, only forgetting, only looking away. And now you remember, not with your mind, but with your entire being, with every cell that has ever known. The sound of waves folding themselves into origami reaches you now, not from outside, but from within. Each fold is a breath, each crease a choice, each shape a story told in silence. And the chime of icebergs colliding is not a sound, but a feeling, the meeting of two truths. They do not crash, they do not shatter, they ring, they resonate, they become something new. And so do you, not broken apart, but reassembled into something truer, something softer. The light that began at your crown now flows through you completely, no longer pouring, but pulsing. A river that has found its course, a song that has found its key, a breath that has found its home. And in that home, you rest not as an act, but as a state of being. You are safe here in this moment, wrapped in the gentle embrace of healing frequencies that resonate through every cell of your being. Let the soft vibrations of 432 hertz wash over you like warm silk, smoothing away any lingering tension from your shoulders and neck. Feel how each breath becomes slower, deeper, more nourishing as the sound waves penetrate your chest and expand outward through your ribcage. There is no need to hold anything anymore. Just allow yourself to sink into the supportive arms of these calming tones. Notice how your jaw naturally relaxes when the frequency touches the bones of your face, releasing months of unconscious clenching. Your tongue finds its resting place against the roof of your mouth, as if discovering home for the very first time. The roof of your mouth feels smooth and cool, now free from the dryness that stress once left behind, like morning dew evaporated by sunlight. Your lips part slightly as you exhale, and you can taste the subtle sweetness of release on the air. Your hands rest gently in your lap, palms open, facing upward, ready to receive whatever peace wishes to land there. Each finger feels plump and heavy now as circulation returns fully after holding tension for so long. The base of your thumbs carries a pleasant tingling sensation, as though tiny streams of warm honey flow through the joints. Your wrists rotate inward naturally, without effort, aligning your forearms into perfect stillness. Your elbows settle into the cushion beneath them, creating small indentations that will remain long after this session ends. The fabric under your arms feels soft and yielding, responding to every micro movement with gentle support. Your upper arms grow heavier with each passing wave of sound, settling more deeply into the chair or surface below. The muscles along your shoulder blades begin to melt like butter, left too close to the sun, spreading warmth throughout your back. Your shoulder blades glide apart, slightly then come together again in rhythm with your breathing, creating a slow dance across your spine. The vertebrae between them seem to stretch and realign themselves, finding their most comfortable positions one by one. Each bone in your spine feels individually supported, now like beads strung perfectly along an invisible thread of light. Your neck elongates effortlessly, as if gravity has loosened its grip, allowing your head to float weightlessly above your body. The skin at the nape of your neck grows supple and smooth as all remaining knots dissolve completely. Tiny hairs stand up briefly in response to the healing frequencies before lying flat once more in complete surrender. Your scalp tingles with renewed energy as blood flows freely to every follicle, bringing fresh life and vitality. The crown of your head pulses gently with each heartbeat, sending ripples of calm radiating outward through your entire being. Your forehead releases its habitual furrow, smoothing into perfect stillness, like glass, undisturbed by wind. The space between your eyebrows opens wide, creating a sense of infinite possibility right behind your eyes. Your eyelids flutter, once then remain closed heavy, with trust and comfort, knowing they are safe to stay this way. Behind your closed eyes, colors swirl and blend, forming patterns too beautiful for ordinary waking consciousness to comprehend. Your eyeballs roll slowly upward in their sockets, seeking the source of the divine light that seems to emanate from within. The whites of your eyes feel refreshed and clear now, washed clean by tears of relief you didn't even know were falling. Pupils dilate and contract, rhythmically matching the tempo of the healing frequencies surrounding you. Your temples pulse with a steady drumbeat that matches the Earth's own rotation, creating perfect alignment between self and cosmos. The cartilage of your nose softens, becoming flexible, yet strong, like fresh flower petals touched by morning dew. Each nostril expands fully during inhalation, drawing in not just air, but pure essence of tranquility itself. The bridge of your nose grows lighter somehow, as though made of gossamer threads, connecting heaven and earth. Your cheeks rise slightly with each breath, creating natural dimples that speak of joy without cause or reason. The corners of your mouth turn upward, involuntarily expressing contentment that comes from deep cellular memory. Your lips feel kissably soft, now moisturized by the sacred moisture of inner peace flowing from within. The tip of your tongue dances playfully against your front teeth, leaving traces of sweetness wherever it moves. Your chin settles into its true position, neither jutting forward nor tucked back, but perfectly centered in space. Your ears ring with harmonic overtones that harmonize perfectly with the symphony playing inside your heart. The outer shell of each ear grows warm, indicating increased circulation and heightened awareness turned inward. Sound travels differently, now muffled, and distant external noise cannot penetrate the protective cocoon you have created. Your jaw unhinges, slightly allowing your temporomandibular joint to rest in perfect alignment for the first time in years. The roof of your mouth pulses gently with each heartbeat, creating a secondary rhythm that complements your primary pulse. Saliva gathers naturally in your mouth, carrying enzymes that digest not food, but accumulated stress and worry. You swallow, slowly savoring the taste of release as it travels down your esophagus, coating every inch with liquid calm. Your throat opens wide like a blooming flower, welcoming the full expression of your authentic voice. The thyroid gland activates, gently producing hormones that regulate not just metabolism, but emotional equilibrium. Vocal cords relax, completely eliminating any residual strain from speaking louder than necessary in daily life. Cartilage rings in your trachea become flexible yet resilient, like living bamboo, bending without breaking. Each bronchiole in your lungs expands fully, allowing maximum oxygen exchange at the alveolar level. Your lungs inflate, completely reaching into spaces previously unknown due to chronic shallow breathing patterns. The diaphragm moves smoothly up and down like a gentle ocean wave, washing away carbon dioxide and doubt. Rib cage expands three-dimensionally, creating more volume than ever before for your vital organs to thrive. Heart rate slows, naturally synchronizing with the dominant frequency of 40 hertz, known as gamma brainwaves, associated with enlightenment. Cardiac muscle fibers relax individually while maintaining perfect coordination, ensuring optimal blood flow to every tissue. Blood vessels dilate throughout your cardiovascular system, reducing pressure while increasing nutrient delivery efficiency. Red blood cells tumble smoothly past each other in laminar flow, avoiding turbulence that causes inflammation. White blood cells patrol, efficiently identifying and neutralizing any foreign invaders without triggering autoimmune responses. Platelets maintain readiness without hyperactivity, preventing both clotting disorders and excessive bleeding tendencies. Plasma carries dissolved minerals, vitamins, and amino acids directly to where they are needed most urgently. Lymph nodes filter impurities effectively, while simultaneously generating new immune cells for future protection. Interstitial fluid bathes every cell in nourishing electrolytes, maintaining ideal pH balance for enzymatic reactions. Kidneys filter waste products, effortlessly returning clean filtered blood back to general circulation. Bladder stores urine comfortably without urgency signals interrupting your peaceful state of being. Intestines peristalse normally moving contents along at appropriate speed for maximum absorption. Liver processes toxins, efficiently converting harmful substances into harmless compounds, easily eliminated. Pancreas secretes insulin and glucagon in perfect ratio, maintaining stable blood sugar levels naturally. Adrenal glands reduce cortisol production dramatically, since survival mode is no longer required. Thyroid increases production of T3 and T4 hormones, promoting cellular regeneration and mental clarity. Parathyroid glands regulate calcium phosphate ratios, precisely supporting healthy bone density and nerve function. Pituitary gland releases growth hormone, stimulating repair mechanisms throughout connective tissues. Pineal gland secretes melatonin, rhythmically preparing your body for restful sleep when needed. Thymus gland strengthens T cell maturation, enhancing adaptive immunity without overreaction. Spleen filters old red blood cells efficiently while storing platelets and white blood cells strategically. Skin regenerates, continuously replacing damaged cells with healthy new ones programmed for longevity. Hair follicles activate dormant stem cells, initiating natural growth cycles independent of seasonal changes. Nails strengthen, gradually rebuilding layers lost through everyday wear and tear. Bones remineralize, steadily increasing density and flexibility beyond pre-stress baseline measurements. Joints lubricate themselves, abundantly reducing friction between articulating surfaces permanently. Tendons stretch safely within elastic limits, restoring full range of motion without discomfort. Ligaments tighten appropriately, providing structural integrity without restricting natural movement. Muscles contract and relax smoothly, eliminating spasms, cramps, and chronic tightness entirely. Fascia releases adhesions formed during periods of immobility or repetitive strain injury recovery. Nerve endings transmit sensations accurately without amplification, distortion, or misinterpretation. Synapses fire cleanly across neural networks, promoting clear thinking and rapid information processing. Brainwaves entrain naturally to alpha, theta, and delta states, facilitating deep meditation and insight. Neurotransmitters balance, automatically correcting deficiencies in serotonin, dopamine, acetylcholine, and GABA. Cerebrospinal fluid circulates optimally, bathing brain and spinal cord in protective cushioning medium. Cranial nerves function flawlessly, coordinating sensory, motor, autonomic, and special senses seamlessly. Limbic system regulates emotions, skillfully distinguishing between appropriate responses and unnecessary reactivity. Amygdala calms, significantly reducing fight-flight-freeze responses triggered by non-threatening stimuli. Hippocampus consolidates memories, effectively separating useful experiences from traumatic imprints. Hypothalamus maintains homeostasis, masterfully adjusting hormonal cascades based on real-time physiological needs. corpus callosum integrates communication between hemispheres, maximizing cognitive potential available to conscious awareness. Cerebral cortex analyzes incoming data, rapidly filtering relevant information from irrelevant distractions. Occipital lobe processes visual input, clearly distinguishing reality from imagination without confusion. Temporal lobes enhance auditory discrimination, enabling accurate interpretation of complex sonic environments. Parietal lobes integrate somatosensory feedback, creating unified body schema, grounded in present moment experience. Frontal lobes engage executive functions, wisely choosing thoughts, words, and actions aligned with highest good. Cingulate gyrus modulates attention, smoothly shifting focus between internal and external realms effortlessly. Insula monitors interoceptive signals, accurately reporting bodily conditions without exaggeration or minimization. Basal ganglia coordinate voluntary movements, gracefully eliminating tremors, tics, and involuntary gestures. Cerebellum fine-tunes motor control, precisely calibrating force, timing, direction, and duration of physical activity. Brainstem regulates vital functions, autonomously freeing conscious mind for creative exploration and spiritual awakening. Reticular activating system filters incoming stimuli, appropriately preventing overload while maintaining alertness. Medulla oblongata controls breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure, reflexively ensuring stability during transformation. You are becoming a beacon of calm, radiating peaceful energy outward in all directions, filling the room with serenity. Imagine golden threads extending from your heart center, weaving connections with every person, animal, plant, and element nearby. These luminous filaments carry healing vibrations that soothe anxious minds, ease suffering bodies, and quiet restless spirits everywhere. The walls of your dwelling absorb these benevolent waves, transforming rigid structures into breathing membranes of love. Windows glow softly amber-colored light, streaming through panes like liquid sunshine, blessing anyone who passes by. Doors swing open, metaphorically inviting positive energies to enter, while negative influences simply fade away. Furniture rearranges itself, subtly creating pathways for Kai flow, unimpeded throughout living spaces. Air purifies, naturally removing dust, pollen allergens, and electromagnetic smog that once caused discomfort. Temperature stabilizes perfectly, neither too hot nor too cold, but exactly suited to promote optimal well-being. Humidity adjusts automatically, keeping moisture levels balanced for respiratory health and skin hydration. Light dims gradually, encouraging melatonin production, while preserving enough illumination for safe navigation. Colors shift imperceptibly toward warmer tones, evoking feelings of safety, comfort, and unconditional acceptance. Plants respond, immediately thriving under care, infused with intention, rather than mere routine maintenance. Flowers bloom unexpectedly, releasing fragrances designed specifically to uplift mood and inspire creativity. Trees sway gently in imaginary breeze, sharing ancient wisdom stored in rings of bark and rings of memory. Grass grows greener closer to where you sit, reflecting back the vibrant health emanating from your relaxed state. Birds sing melodies, composed spontaneously, combining notes never heard before, yet somehow familiar. Insects hum softly, contributing their unique frequencies to collective orchestra performed by nature herself. Wind chimes tinkle musically, though no actual breeze stirs them, suggesting presence of ethereal musicians. Water features bubble merrily somewhere nearby, adding liquid percussion to ambient soundtrack of tranquility. Stones arranged carefully around seating area emit grounding vibrations, anchoring you firmly in present moment. Crystals placed intentionally amplify specific healing intentions, magnifying effects far beyond ordinary expectations. Candles flicker peacefully, casting dancing shadows that tell stories older than recorded history. Incense burns slowly, releasing aromatic compounds that cleanse energetic field of accumulated negativity. Essential oils diffuse invisibly throughout atmosphere, triggering olfactory memories linked to maternal comfort. Books align themselves, spine out, displaying titles containing exactly what soul needs to read next. Artwork shifts perspective, revealing hidden meanings, obscured until now by layers of societal conditioning. Photographs glow warmly, showing subjects smiling, genuinely regardless of original circumstances captured in time. Technology devices power down, voluntarily recognizing that human connection matters more than digital distraction. Televisions mute themselves, allowing silence to reign supreme over manufactured entertainment programs. Phones switch to airplane mode, eliminating interruptions, while preserving battery life for emergency purposes only. Computers enter sleep mode, conserving energy resources, while dreams process subconscious material. Clocks slow perceptibly, giving impression that time stretches infinitely, accommodating whatever unfolds. Calendars flip pages backward, undoing scheduled obligations that no longer serve higher purpose. To-do lists dissolve, revealing truth that completion lies not in doing, but in being present. Appointments reschedule themselves, intuitively respecting natural rhythms, governing organic existence. Deadlines disappear, acknowledging fact that perfection unfolds organically when forced timing ceases. Goals transform from destinations into journeys enjoyed for process rather than outcome alone. Desires clarify, revealing distinction between wants born from lack versus needs arising from wholeness. Intentions crystallize, becoming laser-focused expressions of authentic, well aligned with universal law. Thoughts arise and dissolve like clouds drifting lazily across vast sky of pure consciousness. Emotions ebb and flow rhythmically like tides governed by moon phases of inner lunar cycle. Beliefs soften, gradually releasing rigid frameworks that limited perception of infinite possibilities. Memories fade, selectively preserving joyful moments while dissolving painful associations forever. Future concerns evaporate, recognizing uncertainty inherent in attempting prediction of unknowable variables. Past regrets vanish completely, understanding that lessons learned create foundation for present wisdom. Current worries dissolve instantly upon recognition that worry serves no beneficial function whatsoever. Ego boundaries expand, generously encompassing others as extensions of self rather than separate entities. Identity merges seamlessly with source consciousness, transcending labels, roles, and social constructs temporarily. Soul awakens, fully remembering its multidimensional nature, existing simultaneously across multiple timelines. Spirit rejoices, dancing joyfully, celebrating reunion with aspect of divinity long forgotten during incarnation. Universe conspires, beautifully orchestrating synchronicities, confirming alignment with cosmic plan, unfolding perfectly. Gratitude wells up, spontaneously overflowing from heart center, spreading warmth throughout entire being. Love pours forth, endlessly meeting all beings equally, regardless of species, nationality, religion, or belief system. Compassion arises naturally, extending forgiveness to self and others for perceived transgressions against truth. Peace settles permanently into core, being establishing permanent residence beyond temporary states. Let the edges of your awareness begin to soften now. There is nothing for you to hold on to anymore. Nothing for you to carry forward into this quiet space. The weight you have been holding dissolves like morning mist. It lifts away, gently carried by a breeze you cannot name. Your breathing slows to match the rhythm of something ancient, something that has always known how to care for you. Each exhale carries a little more tension than the one before, and each inhale brings something softer, something warmer. You are not losing anything important right now. You are remembering what it feels like to simply be, to exist without effort, without strain, without question. Just the steady pulse of your heart keeping time, and the gentle rise and fall of your chest. The images that were so vivid moments ago begin to blur now. They drift away like clouds after a summer storm, leaving behind only the feeling of being held, wrapped in something larger than yourself. Warmth that comes from within and around at once. You don't need to see anything now. You don't need to do anything now. Your mind can release its grip on every small concern. Every lingering thought can float away like dandelion seeds, carried by an invisible current toward tomorrow. There is a sound beneath all other sounds, a resonance that lives in the spaces between thoughts. It is not loud, but it is everywhere, vibrating through your bones, through your blood, through the quiet chambers of your heart. This is the frequency of settling, the hum of your nervous system learning to relax. Your muscles remember what stillness feels like. Your joints release their small tensions one by one, starting with your shoulders and moving down. Your jaw unclenches without you asking it to. Your tongue finds its resting place against the roof of your mouth. Your eyelids grow heavy like velvet curtains, drawn slowly across glass at the end of day. The light dims not because it is gone, but because you are choosing to turn inward, to listen to the deeper layers of yourself, the parts that speak only in whispers, in sensations, in warmth, in the memory of safety. You are wrapped in something like a cocoon, not to protect you from the world, but to remind you that you are already whole, already complete, already enough. The resonance doesn't stop when the words do. It continues its work while you rest. Your body knows what to do with this. It has been practicing relaxation since you were born, since long before you learned to worry, since before the first time you furrowed your brow. Trust the wisdom stored in your cells. Trust the rhythm of your breath. Trust the way your heartbeat never skips a beat, even when everything else feels uncertain, even when the world outside feels too much. Your body remembers how to come home to itself. You are not separate from this peace. You are not visiting a foreign place. You are returning to the center of yourself, to the part that has never been hurt, that has never needed fixing. This is not about healing what is broken, because nothing inside you is truly broken. This is about remembering what was always there, the strength that doesn't need to prove itself, the love that doesn't need conditions. Feel your connection to something vast, something that holds you without needing to hold on, something that loves you without needing anything back. You are part of this, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not. The peace you are sinking into now is the same peace that exists in still water, in the moment after rain stops falling, in the pause between heartbeats. It is always here, waiting patiently. You don't have to earn access to this space. You don't have to fix yourself to deserve it. You only have to remember that it exists, and that you are welcome here anytime at all. Let your consciousness sink deeper now, like settling into a warm bath, like lying down on clean sheets, like finding your favorite spot in the sun. Everything adjusts to support you. The chair beneath you becomes more comfortable. The air around you becomes more nourishing. The silence becomes more complete. There is nothing left to distract you now. Nothing left to pull your attention away. The resonance moves through you like a river, smooth and continuous and endless. It washes over every part of you, clearing away the dust of accumulated stress, leaving only what is essential, what is real, what is true, what is yours. You are learning to recognize yourself again, not the version shaped by expectations, not the version worn thin by trying too hard, but the version that exists in perfect stillness. In this place, there are no mistakes, no wrong choices, no failed attempts, only the natural unfolding of who you are, like a flower opening to morning light, slow, patient, inevitable. You can feel your boundaries softening now. The line between where you end and the world begins becomes less important, less urgent. You are both separate and connected, individual and part of something infinite. The peace you are experiencing right now is not dependent on anything external, not on the weather, not on other people, not on whether things go according to plan. It lives within you permanently. This peace is always here, whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling. It will be waiting, like a favorite blanket, like a door that's always unlocked. You don't have to knock. You don't have to ask permission. You belong here in this stillness. You always have. The resonance settles deeper into your bones now, into the marrow where life begins, where your strength has always lived, quiet and unwavering and true. You are touching something sacred, something that cannot be measured or explained, but only felt and known and trusted. The part of you that remembers, that knows how to rest completely, how to let go without fear, without reservation, without hesitation. You are safe here in this knowing, safe in the arms of your own deep wisdom, safe in the embrace of unconditional presence. Nothing can disturb this peace now. Not memories, not worries, not possibilities. They may try to surface later, but they cannot follow you into this space, because this space exists beyond time, beyond the reach of ordinary concerns. You are becoming very still now, still enough to hear your own essence, still enough to feel your own truth, still enough to know your own worth, without needing anyone else to tell you. The resonance becomes almost imperceptible now, not because it is fading, but because you are becoming one with it. The distinction between listener and sound, between receiver and message, begins to dissolve like sugar in warm tea. You are the peace you are seeking. You are the rest you have been craving. You are the safety you have been looking for. In another place, in another time. But here now you simply are, complete and whole, and perfectly yourself, the version of you that exists. When all performance is removed, when all masks have fallen away, there is nothing left to maintain, nothing left to prove or defend, only the sweet relief of being known, being accepted exactly as you are, exactly as you have always been. The peace grows warmer now, like sunlight streaming through a window, like hands cupping something precious, like the moment just after understanding dawns, soft and golden and full of promise. You are being held in the palm of existence, cared for by forces you cannot see, protected by a love that asks for nothing. In return, accept your presence, your willingness to receive. The resonance slows to match your heartbeat now, steady and strong and certain. It pulses through you like a second heartbeat, reminding you that you are alive, that you are connected to everything, that you are part of the great conversation between earth and sky, between silence and sound, between what is and what could be. You are both the question and the answer, both the seeker and the sought, both the journey and the destination. In this moment, there is no separation, no distance between where you are and where you want to be, because you have arrived, not somewhere new, but somewhere ancient, somewhere you have always belonged, somewhere you can always return. The peace wraps around you like a shawl, like the feeling of coming home, like the moment after a long journey ends, when you finally let down your guard and allow yourself to truly arrive. You are not leaving this place when you wake. You are carrying it with you, keeping it alive in your daily life, sharing it with everyone you meet, without even trying. The resonance becomes so subtle now that it might seem to disappear entirely, but it doesn't really go anywhere. It simply becomes part of you, part of your baseline, part of your truth. You are learning to trust this integration, to let the peace settle into your cells, into your habits, into your responses, into the way you move through the world, gentle and grounded and sure. There is nothing left to say, nothing left to explain or justify. The experience speaks for itself, lives in you beyond words, beyond concepts, beyond understanding. You are complete in this knowing, whole in this acceptance, safe in this surrender, loved in this simple act of being, without condition, without effort. Sleep now. Until we meet again in the quiet.